Delaney, what's it like to pitch with this defense behind you?
Yeah, so these past few weekends, just relying on defense, knowing that trusting my stuff, missing barrels as much as possible, just to let the girls go out there and work. We work all week at practice on defense especially, so just letting them go out there and do their thing and trusting them and knowing that it's going to be an out in the end.
It's been a little difficult at times to get length and strong starts from anyone besides Raylan, so what was it like just sort of this week putting the work in and being able to have the outing that you did today?
Yeah, this past week's bullpens were really focused on just getting my stuff back on the right side of the plate and just trusting myself. I kind of lost that after short innings and all that kind of stuff in the past couple weeks, but really working hard in the bullpen and just going out there and taking it the same thing as a bullpen. Like, I wasn't stressed, I wasn't nervous, just knowing that this past week what I put in was going to be good enough for today.
When you first got here to Mississippi State, what were you told about this rivalry, and how big was it for you to go out there and have that performance against it?
Yeah, we don't like them, that's for sure. But obviously, not being from here, not knowing really that was a thing. But now I'm just born into it, and now I take it to heart and know that I'm not just doing it for myself, I'm doing it for everybody else, especially the fans and just us out there on the field.
And talk about being able to work with Coach T over this time and what she provides you guys in the bullpen.
Yeah, so especially this past week, her and I, we had one-on-one conversations, and the bullpen really isn't even just about throwing. It's like talking through the mental part of it, and that part she's really helped me with, because that's what tends to happen to me. I just get in my head and then get in a funk and can't get out of it, and she's one that can help me get out of it, especially throughout the week. And that's something that you want to work on before you get into the game anyways. That way when you get in the game, like, I look to her a lot. Like, almost after every single pitch, her and I make eye contact, so it's just really nice to have that one-on-one connection with her.
And every time you recorded a strikeout, it seemed like your infield was always fired up, firing you up. How important is that to have that support from your defense?
I just know that they have my back 100%. Like, we're tight off the field, tight on the field, and just knowing that they're able to do this for me on the field, and then they can do that for me also in the box. So just trusting them, knowing that I give it my all, they give it their all.
So, yeah, I know it's been a struggle at times to get quality outings from the other pitchers besides Raylan, but Delaney really delivered here today. So, what kind of work did she put in, and how was she able to set them down the way she did?
Yeah, really proud of Delaney and for the outing that she gave us. This is a tough conference, especially when you're one of the starters every day, every weekend, and you don't really have a whole lot of secrets. And I think, especially coming to kind of year two, people knew her a little bit. But Delaney is one of the most competitive players we have. She's fiery, and she wasn't happy with her last couple outings, but I think just reassuring her that everyone had full confidence in her and her ability and the way she goes out there and competes, and I thought she did a great job of doing exactly that. And I think really the turning point of that game is the run at third, nobody out, and she gets that first strikeout and gets us out of the inning to strand that runner, and that's huge. I think it takes guts, it takes grit, and that's exactly what Delaney has and what she continues to show. So just proud of her for coming out and just performing like she expects to and like we expect her to.
And then going back to Raylan, was that just the part of the lineup they were at? Certainly the scary part of the lineup. Didn't want her to face them a third time.
Yeah, just trying to mix it up a little bit. Making sure that we can kind of keep them off balance, give them a different look on the third time through. And we know we've got a good staff, and we can kind of go back and forth and mix and match our pitchers when we need to finish a game there.
To be able to get a shutout, a lot of things have to happen. But just talk about Sierra's catch out center field.
Yeah.
Robbed a home run. That would,
It was huge, and she made it look easy. We've really been focused in the last couple weeks about doing the little things right, taking the outs when they're given to us, no matter how big they are, robbing a ball or just the routine ones or sack bunts, anything like that. And I think we've done a really great job of eliminating a lot of like the free passes or extra bases that were given teams. And I think that kind of leads to those shutouts. But big plays by Sierra. Kiara Sells in right field has made some huge ones. Kehlani, I thought going to the line was a big one as well. And same thing with our infield. Kylie, Nadia, just doing all the little things right to make sure that we're getting back in the dugout quickly and kind of stifling any momentum.
And then offensively, just sort of getting enough, manufacturing a couple, and then getting the long ball to come through in the next inning. What was working there?
Yeah, I really liked our adjustments. I thought early on we kind of were in between pitches and plans and what we were looking at, and I thought we made some really good adjustments in the middle innings to string some hits together. And huge credit to Zion Romero coming off the bench, getting us the lead off on base, and that ball in dirt read to get her over to third base allows us to score that first run. And it just takes being aggressive, it takes being locked in and being ready for your moment. And again, a focus on the little things. For us, that's as huge as the home run by Jesse. And it's everybody just kind of taking their role, understanding it, and attacking it the best of their abilities. And I thought she sparked us there. some good balls behind there too, manufacturing the sack flies, and then Jessie just finding ways to make adjustments on the pitch that we knew we were getting, and she got all that one.
It's no secret what this game means to both schools, but on the other hand, this is an SEC series win. You got a chance for a sweep tomorrow, heading into postseason with a lot of momentum. Just talk about how important this was for you guys, just overall.
Yeah, I mean, this is huge. Every weekend we talk about this conference is a tough weekend. It's going to be competitive. There's no weekends off. Everybody is a postseason team, and we treat every weekend like it's a super regional. Just giving us for practice for postseason. And whether it's the rivalry series or it's anyone else, we know we're going to get everybody's best effort. So always really excited to get a series win, and it gives us the opportunity to go for more tomorrow. But knowing that that's the toughest thing to do in this conference is to sweep, and that we're going to need to be locked in and continue to play really good ball if that's what our goal is tomorrow. But right now, especially towards the end of the season, we know we're playing for seeding, we're playing for postseason seeding, all those things. It's just trying to take it one game at a time, not looking too big, too far ahead, so that we can continue to just control what we can in front of us, which is one game at a time.
Yeah, toughness Sunday, Saturday edition, right? What's that going to take?
Always. Listen, we're just glad it's not a doubleheader at this point. We are happy to be playing the third game in 3 days, but I think it's going to take a lot of focus. You get, you're dealing with the physical as well, a little bit of mental fatigue, just making, especially after the quick turnaround today, making sure we do a lot of the things right between post game today and start of the game tomorrow with a lot of times off. So we're going to get them up, move them around a little bit, making sure we're sleeping right, we're eating right, and that we can lock back in and we're ready to go and feel like we're back in a game 1 of a series and game 3, so that we can come out with big energy and focus again.
So here, just talk about the defense that this team continues to perform in the clutch.
Yeah, well, we just want to play our best defense for our pitchers. Like, we know they're dealing, and anytime they give us a chance to make a play, and we want to do that for them. So it's about having each other's backs and making plays behind our pitchers.
We were seeing too after the game last night, you were getting some work in the cage post game. Was that just sort of about like not being happy with having an off night, or just wanted to get some work in general? Like,
A little bit of both. I would say I've just been feeling off a little bit. I think just the outside noise is kind of getting to me a little bit, but I just need to work through it, get out of my own head, and get out of my own way. So a little bit of both, just feels and mechanically stuff.
yeah, and obviously you make sure the defense can't take a day off when that happens. Obviously with the wind blowing out, how were you able to read that ball and make that play look pretty relatively routine?
Yeah.
Just knowing that like it's just not going to beat me deep. Like if anything, I'm just going to try to get behind it and then work through it. So just trying not to let it go past me.
For you out there, what did you see from Delaney in the circle? Obviously, she had a really good outing, and Raylan comes in and shuts it down for you guys. What did you kind of see from your pitchers today?
I saw a lot of fight and a lot of competitiveness. I know game 2 hasn't always been like the best for us. So there's them like wanting to send a message and showing them like we have a pitching staff. Like it's not just Raylan, like a lot of eyes are on Raylan, but just about like us having more than one.
And Coach talked about the importance of this game, and not just rivalry-wise, but for SEC standings and then into the postseason. For you guys to pick up the series win, how big was this for you guys?
Oh, it's huge. It puts us above 500 in SEC play, which I don't think's ever been done. 2001. So it's been a while. So, and we know that, and we came in with a chip on our shoulder, like we were put 13th or 14th in the polls preseason. So just knowing that and proving ourselves right every day, every game, we don't take it for granted, and we just want to go out and win.